I've already done the unboxing for this amazing Revolver from Cream Guitars. Well, today, let's show you the rest of it and see how she sounds. Hey, real quick before we get started, it's super important to YouTube's algorithm to have comments below these videos. So just do me a favor, drop a quick comment down there. Tell me if you like the guitar, tell me if you hate the guitar, tell me if my guitar playing sucks, whatever it is you want to do. Just leave a comment, would you? Welcome back, I'm Tony, and yeah, this is the Revolver from Cream Guitars. If you haven't seen the unboxing, you can watch that at the link that's popping up right there. But it's just an amazing guitar. I named her Gorgeous because there's no other name that you could give for this. This is a limited edition or a special edition. This one has the Riverstone finish on it. And look at this, man. Oh my goodness, that is just so freaking beautiful. Each one of these stones is hand placed inside of here. I also interviewed the CEO, Luis, on the channel here when I was at NAMM 2025, and you can see that video here on the channel as well. And we talked about the finishes on here. Now you can get a nice sparkle finish or whatever. All of them have this, it's basically a pool. You see there's a separate piece of wood that's right here, and that creates a pool in here. He places each one of these, and in this particular case, places them all by hand, and then they do the whole urethane over that. But man, it's absolutely beautiful. And I gotta tell you, I've been playing this thing for a couple weeks now. She sounds amazing. The only thing that I had to do setup wise on here is I changed the strings. It had GHS strings on here, but I like my clear tone strings. So I changed it to clear tone strings, and I adjusted the bridge just a tiny bit because the action was so low that I was actually fretting out a little bit. But that, hey, listen, it's amazing. Oh, also I did oil the fretboard. The fretboard was pretty dry straight from the factory. These are made in Monterrey, Mexico, and they are not mass produced. So this is a artisan guitar, and I absolutely love it. And this is one of the things when I started looking into Cream, and I was like, these guitars, they look different. They've got cool designs on them and stuff. But I also noticed that the components on the guitar itself are top notch. So when I looked at the website, it says all the parts used to upgrade your traditional guitars are used to build a Cream. And while I do have some nicer, more expensive guitars, including some customs, I do also review a lot of low budget guitars like the Fireflies and stuff. And I'm always looking at different components to upgrade them with. This has everything. I mean, look at the list of the stuff that they put on here. It has ratio locking tuners from Graphtec. And then below that, they actually list out some of the artists that use those. A Graphtec nut, Tusk XL, modern C-shaped neck with 22 rounded frets. And you know what? That is something that you see, oddly enough, on a lot of the guitars like Firefly and stuff, but you just don't see them on custom shop guitars, and this has them, and it's really nice. They're very comfortable. The thing is, they sent me a sheet because I wanted to know specifically to this guitar what the specs were, and the sheet said that it has jumbo frets. If there's only one thing that I would say on this guitar is that these frets do not appear to be jumbo to me. I don't know, but they're not jumbo. It's okay with me though, man. This thing is just so awesome. I don't really care. As far as the pickups, they're all Seymour Duncan on this one. The neck is an SL1, the middle pickup is an SL2, and the bridge is a JB bridge. Personally, I've never owned a guitar with the Seymour Duncan JB, and yeah, I'm thinking about getting a couple more of those for some of my other guitars. It sounds so good. You're gonna hear that in just a minute. It has CTS push-pull 500K pots, orange drop capacitor, 0.45, Russian NOS paper oil capacitor, 0.22. And while I've been looking at upgrading some of my guitars, Switchcraft comes up a lot. Well, this has a Switchcraft stereo input here and a Switchcraft 5-way switch, which that is probably the smoothest 5-way switch of any guitar that I own. The neck on this one is roasted maple, beautiful rosewood fretboard, and dot inlays. Scale on this is 25.5, and this particular one is the standard edition, so it's got the 2 knobs on here. If it were the deluxe, it would have a 3rd knob on here, and this would also be a piezo pickup. So in this particular one though, it is the Graphtec Resomax NV2 Tune-O-Matic bridge. And dude, this bridge is just smooth. So, I've been using cheap bridges all my life. Even, some of my Gibsons have just basic bridges, but I'm starting to see the reason why I might want to upgrade some of my guitars with some of these more expensive parts. They're good. And CTS pots, another thing I'm going to have to look at, maybe putting on some of my other guitars. Now on these CTS, as far as what it says here on their website, the CTS volume treble bleed, it's push-pull, pickup 1 and 2 in series will be like a Les Paul style, and then the CTS tone, push-pull, split coil for Strat style sound. And then this plate right here, something I haven't seen any other guitar companies do, And Luis explained to me the idea is that, well, since the neck is bolted on, you want to make it so that you have resonance that's continued from the neck down to the bridge. And that's exactly what this does. It carries that down to the bridge. And look at the back of this thing, man. Oh, jeez. I mean, the curves, the carves, everything on this is made just to make this thing a joy to play. It's a little bit larger than some of my other guitars, and it is a little bit heavier. I can't remember offhand exactly how much it weighs, but we're gonna put that here on the screen. But to me, the shape of it really lends to playing. It looks great, and no neck dive or anything. It's perfectly balanced. Love that. All right, let me go ahead and show you how it sounds, and I'll give you my final impressions. All right, today we're gonna start off with some clean tones because there is definitely some tone shaping you can do just within the guitar, and I want you to be able to hear all those real clearly. So we're all the way back here just on the bridge pickup. I've got the push-pull down for that, for the coil split, and let's just try it out. Okay, and we'll pull that up. And man, these things, they just pull and push so easy. Oh man, okay. Once again. I'll just take it up here. Pull that up. So on that second position there, we're doing that pickup, and now I've split the pickup. All right, so. All right, now we're in the middle position, and in the middle position, you're not gonna have the effect of that. This one is where that comes into play. So. Go one more position up. And finally all the way at the top position right there. And the push-pull is down. And basically, and I'll show you the tone here in just a second, the tone control. All right, I want to show you just the tone control on the humbucker here because it's very marked, okay? You can definitely tell the difference, and that gives you that extra amount of control. All right, I apologize if that whole chord progression thing is kind of boring. It's just something I've been working on writing, and I wanted to keep it consistent so you could hear the sound consistently across the board with this thing. You know, I definitely, this guitar has so many tonal capabilities. I really love it, man. It's everything about this guitar I've just been in love with. It's awesome. Now, while this guitar is definitely very pretty, that's why I've named her Gorgeous. While that is the case, she also sounds really good with some dirt, so let's go ahead and give her some of that. Now, when you're not on clean stuff, the push-pull doesn't have as much of an effect, but I will give you some examples of that. Sorry, I'm just learning that song. So yeah, hey, I'll get it down. I'll get it down. Let's throw some delay on here just for fun. Look, great sounds all the way around. Absolutely love this guitar. Once again, a big thanks to Cream Guitars. It was a little bit intimidating when I first got it. I was like, ooh, this thing is nice. And I don't think, let's talk about this headstock here. Even your string trees on here are just top quality string trees. And then the neck, this is wood, obviously, up around here. And then this right here, it's like the Cream logo is floating inside of this, I guess, polyurethane. And we've got aluminum here. And right down on the bottom of it, I don't know if you can see, serial number and made in Mexico right there. Monterrey, Mexico, to be more exact. You know, one of the things that impressed me the most about Cream Guitars is talking to their CEO. Luis has a huge passion for guitars, and that's really the whole reason why he started making them. He was like, you know what, I want to have different shapes, I want to have different options, and I want to put all the stuff on a guitar that everybody uses to upgrade their guitar. I think he's done a fantastic job with that, and if you haven't seen that interview yet, I highly encourage you to go ahead and watch that. That's popping up here on this link right here. They've got other models. This is the Revolver, there's the Maverick and Cavalera, and Voltage, I think, is the 4 different versions. And you know, I'm looking at that Maverick now because dang, that is a nice looking guitar. Semi-hollow body. I don't know, man, I don't know. Oh, yes. I think we talked about this, but the tuners on here, these are Graphtec ratio locking tuners. And man, look, everything on this guitar is just mind-blowing. It puts me speechless even now when I try to describe it. I love it, and it's mine. It's gorgeous. Well, listen, I just want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, always very important to my channel. So if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and notification bell. Click both of those, you'll get notifications when I upload new videos. And I just ask, please leave a comment down below this video. Just say, hey, Tony, hey, pretty guitar, you suck at playing guitar, whatever it is you want to leave down there. The comments are very important to the algorithm here on YouTube, so just please leave a comment, for crying out loud. And if you're so inclined, there is a thank you button down below this video. You can toss a couple bucks my way. It is not inexpensive to run these channels, as you can imagine, so every penny counts. But either way, just you being here just makes me very happy. In other words, you're awesome. Alrighty, well, that's gonna do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.